Okay, breathing. So, this is the fundamental pillar of the meditation practice feeling the breath. And that's going to be just what we're focusing on when we meditate, when we're sitting or when we're laying. Um, it's all about the breath. And so, what we're doing is feeling the breath. We're not listening to the breath. We're not, I guess you can't really look at your breath, but you can like kind of almost like look at your breath from up here. But what we're trying to do is feel our breath. And we're not trying to feel it up here in our nose or our mouth or in our throat. I want to feel it in my lungs. And so, what happens when we feel deep into our lungs and into our breathing is there's basically two kinds of breathing there's the natural breath, and then there's us controlling our breath. And sometimes it's, especially in the beginning, it's kind of hard to tell between the two. Am I controlling my breath, or is this just how my breath naturally is? And so the way to find out what your natural breath is by feeling the breath. And what I do is I'm in my posture and I'm just relaxed, and then I feel myself exhale, and then I'm just feeling the exhale, and then I'm just waiting for my body to naturally want to inhale again. So if you've ever just held your breath for a long time, you hold your breath for a while, and then you start to feel these convulsions to want to inhale. Um, that's a sensation, the sensation of wanting to inhale. And so there's this whole idea of controlling your breath. Oh, when I meditate, my breathing should be long and even, deep breaths in and out, like into your belly, filling your belly or whatever. But that's not what the body always wants to be doing. Um, I mean, actually, a lot of the times when I'm really deep in meditation, my breath is actually very, very shallow, and sometimes it's almost imperceptible. Like I'm just at the bottom of my exhale, and then my body will just inhale just a teeny bit and then go and relax at the bottom of the exhale again. And then a couple seconds later, take a short little inhale again. And that's just what my body's doing. And I can relax into that. So, one thing that you'll notice, and that you'll probably notice for a very long time, is that when when you relax into your breath and you feel the bottom of your exhale, you might feel like you need more air. Like there's this feeling that I'm not getting enough air, like I'm almost suffocating a little bit. And that's when our ego wants to control our breath. It's like, I should be breathing more. I feel tense down there, or I feel like I'm not getting enough air. So I'm gonna take an inhale, I'm gonna take a deep inhale, and then that's the opposite of what we're doing. What we're doing is feeling the breath itself and what it wants to do, pretty much irrespective of all the other sensations that are going on for this particular focus. Um, because if you feel into your breath at the bottom of your exhale and you relax and you wait for your body, that sensation of wanting to inhale again, you just feel your body naturally inhale as much air as it needs or as little as it needs. That's a very distinct sensation. And it's distinct from the sensation of feeling like I'm not getting enough air. I think in free diving and people that swim underwater and hold their breath for a long time, they say that when they start learning how to hold their breath for a long time, they feel that sensation that they need to breathe. And it's almost like this knee jerk reaction, like, I need to breathe. And that's just a sensation that you feel like you're not, like, it's almost like your body feels that sensation. And what I think is that there's all kinds of things going on in our body that are requiring a certain ratio of oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and whatever other teeny little gases are in there. Um, and the breathing, the inhales and the exhales, are regulating that. The speed of the inhale versus the exhale, the ratio of how long is the inhale, how long is the exhale. and how deep each one is, that's all regulating how much oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide are being exchanged or being absorbed and all that stuff. I don't, I'm not like a scientist on this stuff, but um, that understanding can help you to trust that the body and all the biochemistry that's going on in it, it's you can trust its intelligence to control the breath in a way that's most beneficial to what the body's needing at any given time. Um, so yeah, and the way that we feel that sense and trust that sense is by feeling when the body naturally wants to inhale and when it naturally wants to exhale and how long it's doing all that. So the more we can relax and just feel the sensations of the breath doing what it wants to do, the less that we'll have to interfere, and we can just watch it and feel it and just let it do whatever it needs to do. Because I'll talk about this in the other videos, but during meditation, whether you're doing salvia or not, the body is going to go through all kinds of different states and different sensations, and that's going to require the lungs to do different things in order to facilitate moving nutrients or moving energy to those different areas. And you want to be able to trust the body to do that for you instead of you going, oh, I feel uncomfortable, I feel this tension, or I feel this whatever state I'm in, and you think you know how to breathe, and so you're just going to do whatever breathing you think you need to be doing, some whatever breath work or whatever deep inhales or exhales or whatever. Throw all that away and just let the breath do whatever it wants to do. Let's see what else there is here. Yeah, so what I the the concept of controlling your breath, I call it I consider it over breathing. It's basically just controlling the breathing when the breathing is already doing what it's supposed to be doing, and we're over breathing, or like we're uncomfortable, so we're taking more inhales. And I think that has something to do with when we basically hyperventilate, we're breathing more than we need to be breathing. It could be some sort of, it could change our state, or it can be almost like it can kind of kill pain a little bit. It can help the body not feel as much pain. Um, when really the body, if it naturally breathes the way it should, then the natural breath will help facilitate any movements of energy or any parts of the body that need some healing, you could say, or whatever they're going to need. The natural breath will take care of that. We just need to be able to trust it and not control our breath, not over breathe. Um, because over time, if we're constantly controlling our breath and over breathing, and the body's just like, dude, I know how to breathe and I know exactly what the body needs at any time, and the sensations that I create, and like the natural impulses I have to inhale and exhale and how much and how quickly, the body knows how to do all that. It doesn't need anybody to control that. And so if we're constantly controlling our breath, then our body's not going to be in an optimal state. And just breathing more, taking deep breaths all the time is not necessarily good for your body. It's not necessarily good for tension. It's not really necessarily good for relaxation or even your mental state. So keep that in mind. And so, yeah, just focus on the breath, focus on how it feels. And what we can do during the entire meditation is anytime the mind wanders, or even if it doesn't wander but you're feeling a lot, or you might be feeling pain places, or you might be in the state that's just maybe panicked or depressed or exhausted or whatever you're feeling, just always come back to what the breath feels like and what it feels like down in your lungs and down in your diaphragm, down towards your belly, and just relax into it. And that's all the meditation practice is focused on. That's where we come. That's the anchor. That's the point of focus. No matter how much time you allotted, anytime you find yourself wandering or forgetting what you're doing, go, oh yeah, all we're doing is focusing on what the breath feels like down here in the lungs, and we're relaxing around it, and we're watching what the breath does, no matter how it feels. Just relax and let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's it about breath. So next we're going to go into sensations. And this will be interesting. I will see you soon.